As a Spanish company or operator, there are significant tax and other advantages to being based your operations out of Ceuta. Some of these advantages you may already know. Some of these may be new. Here to give us an update on how to make the most of your Ceuta-based operations is Felipe Masa Sánchez, who is director at EY Sevilla, and he can share some of his expertise about Ceuta with us. Thank you very much, Felipe.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Well, thank you very much, Willem, for the introduction and for the invitation once again in order to talk about Ceuta. This amazing city that we have in the north of Africa. I think everybody agrees that when I affirm that Ceuta is a real hub within the industry, it's a reality. Almost 52% of the companies with license to operate in Spain are already located in Ceuta. So at the end of the day, when people ask EY and our team the reasons of this success in the city, we always mention that it is true that we have a special tax regime, but we also have different reasons why the companies decided to go to Ceuta. One of them is the incredible atmosphere to live and to make business. I think most of you already traveled to Ceuta, but I suggest, if not, I suggest to travel and to see the weather, the surrounding, and so on. Also, the logistics. Ceuta is connected with mainland in Spain in just 7 minutes by helicopter, but also have connections with more than 20 daily modern ships that cross the Strait of Gibraltar in almost 45 minutes. And Ceuta is also connected with Malaga, and therefore with more than 110 worldwide destinations. The third reason I think most of the operators are located in Ceuta is due to the local authorities. Believe me, and well, in fact, I guess most of you already experienced it, that it is very difficult to find out in Spain an administration more business-friendly than the Ceuta one. Another reason, the legal security. Ceuta is part of Spain and therefore is part of the European Union, and the current legal system is transparent and recognized by the community, the European community institutions. Therefore, investment in Ceuta enjoy the same legal certainty as those in any part of the European Union. And finally, of course, as commented Willem, and I am a tax lawyer, and I think I must talk about the current legal and the current tax regime in Ceuta, but also I think it is very important to provide information about what we are working together, the local government of Ceuta and EY, in order to improve even more the current tax regime available in Ceuta. No? Well, first of all, I want to talk about three topics, three tax topics: corporate income tax, gaming tax, and indirect taxes. In the corporate income tax, you may know that we have a 50% discount compared with the rest of Spain, and therefore we have effective tax rate of 12.5% of the benefit that obtained the operator in Ceuta. The entities that can benefit of the discount are the Spanish entities with tax resident and real domicile in Ceuta, but also the Spanish or foreign entities that are not domiciled in Ceuta but operate in the city through a permanent establishment. The income that can benefit from the discount is those that correspond to activities that determine a a closing of a commercial cycle with economic results and meet the following requirements. First of all, the existence of enough substance and human resources for the development of the economic activity in the city. Second, the production of goods or services to third parties. What it is intended is not to work exclusively for the headquarters or other establishment of the parent company. And the third requirement is that you have to generate income, and therefore not only incurring in costs. So I think after advising most of the operators that are currently in Ceuta, I think that we have to highlight three key issues. First of all, the effective management in Ceuta. Most of the people ask EY if they need the board of directors or the administrator need to live in Ceuta. It is not needed, but what, of course, the best-in-class option is to have these people living in Ceuta and being tax resident in Ceuta. But if not possible, because in some cases, due to the previous residence of these people, it's not possible to live in Ceuta, what we highly recommend is to make all the meetings and justify that the day-to-day management of the company is located in Ceuta. Okay. Second, the substance. You have to take into consideration that this regime is thought in order to improve the business activity of the city and also to create job opportunities, and therefore we need to have the human and material resources available in Ceuta. And the third one is the economic cycle in Ceuta mentioned before. I want to warn about the back office activities because with the current wording of the law, they are expressly excluded of the application of the tax regime. What amendments we are working together with the local government of Ceuta in order to be included in the near future? Well, first of all, we want to increase the current 50% bonification up to the 60%. We want to remove the economic cycle requirement so the back office activities can be included, okay? And we also want to include some foreign entities with effective management in Ceuta as beneficiaries of the tax bonification in corporate income tax. Nowadays, these kind of entities can apply the gaming tax regime, a special regime, but with the wording of the corporate income tax, they are excluded of the tax bonification of the corporate income tax. Therefore, we want to include this amendment in order to be included and to, well, in order that these kind of entities may apply in a same way the tax incentives both for corporate income tax and gaming tax. In relation to the gaming tax, the main point is that we have a 50% discount, and therefore the general tax rate, the 20% general tax rate that is applicable for the rest of the companies that are located in mainland Spain or any other jurisdiction within the European community is reduced to the 10% if you are located in Ceuta. This is very important because at the end of the day, this is a tax that is going to be impacted within the P&L accounts of the operator. So it is very important. This tax measure was included in 2018 in order to, well, you know that most of the entities that were located in Gibraltar, due to the Brexit, had to decide where to establish the Spanish market location. I think it was a very good achievement of the government, because with this measure, it is clear that at the end of the day, if you comply with some requirements, such as to be tax resident, to have the tax resident in Ceuta, and if you are really located or truly based in the autonomous city, you are going to apply this 10% special tax rate. The concept of truly based was not yet explained in the gaming tax law, but what is true is that we help one of the operators to ask or request the tax authorities for a ruling, where the Spanish tax authorities establish what are the requirements in order to comply with the requirement of the truly based in the autonomous city, and therefore to apply this tax incentive. There are three requirements. The first one is that the 50% of the headcount of the company, of the Ceuta company, must be a tax resident in Ceuta. And the second requirement is that more than the 50% of the salary cost of the company must correspond to employees that are really located in Ceuta, and therefore they are tax resident in Ceuta. And the third requirement is related to the intragroup transactions, and what they mentioned, the binding ruling is that the set of services received by the operator by other companies of the group must not exceed the 50% of the total costs of the operator in the P&L accounts in the Ceuta entity. Okay. What are the key issues here in gaming tax? Again, the effective management of the company. I think we have to take care of this, and we have to analyze and to check that this requirement is met all the years that the company is going to apply the tax incentive. Again, as in corporate income tax, the substance, it is very important to have personal and material means in the city. You have to take care about the headcount and the salary costs. We highly recommend to make this checking by the company, or even we can help on this as well, in order to be sure that you comply with this. And the last one is to have a good transfer pricing policy in order not only to comply with the Ceuta regime requirements, but also to avoid any risk in other jurisdictions. You have to take into consideration that it is very important to be aligned with the roles, with the assets and the risks within the value chain of the operator, and therefore, in order to avoid any tax risk in other jurisdiction, it is very, and we suggest to have a proper transfer pricing policy. Third topic. VAT and EPSI, indirect taxes. As you may know, Ceuta is excluded of the scope of the VAT in Spain, but Ceuta already have a local indirect tax, so-called EPSI. It is very important because at the very beginning of the relocation of the industry in the city, it is true that some advertising services provided by companies in mainland were subject to 21% VAT general tax rate, because these services are located in mainland in Spain. But however, one of the most achievement of the government of Ceuta is to introduce an amendment of the VAT law in Spain, recognizing that these kind of services are not longer being located in mainland Spain, but in Ceuta, and therefore subject to a 0.5 IFSI local tax rate instead of the 21% of the general VAT tax rate in Spain. Therefore, well, we obtain an important reduction of the indirect tax in such services, and as you may know, this is a very important change for the industry. As a conclusion, and I always say that, well, in fact, and as mentioned before, we have 52% of the operators already located in Ceuta, more than 800 employees created from 2018 until date, and increasing because we know that from EY we are helping some operators to relocate and to move within this tax year. So when we talk next year about this, I'm more than sure that this percentage is going to be increased. But it is compulsory to analyze Ceuta because at the end of the day, not only for the taxes, but for the good atmosphere, for the local authorities, I think the satisfaction of the operators already located in Ceuta is really high. So more than happy to help and to answer any question that you may have on this.
Exactly. And questions there will be, Felipe. I think we have two questions from Slido here. So you mentioned several possible new tax advantages. How likely, Felipe, are these to be approved?
I think within, well, we know that nowadays in Spain, we don't have a lot of new laws approved, unfortunately, but I think that within these 4 years of government, I think we can include most of the new tax amendments that we are working on in order to improve even more the current tax regime.
Okay, well, as you said, let's see what we can say about it next year. Second question, I think there was, what is at this moment the biggest bottleneck? Is somebody asking the question here for operating out of Ceuta?
For operating out of Ceuta? I don't know if I understand.
Bottleneck is like the issue.
Yes.
Like, are there any restrictions? Is there anything you would like to see improved or think that can be improved in the near future in terms of logistics?
Well,
I don't know what the...
It is true that Ceuta is a small city, but what is true is that all the operators that are currently in Ceuta have their own premises. In fact, most of them are increasing the premises because they are growing their businesses in Ceuta, and I have information about people who increase, in fact, their premises in Ceuta. So, at the end of the day, I think it is something that you have to work in or you work for. But at the end of the day, all the operators are really located over there.
Okay. Well, Felipe, see you soon in Ceuta. Thank you.
Thank you very much.